Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to Southern Oregon Housing Podcast. I'm Alice Lima. I am a principal broker at Home and Land Real Estate here in beautiful Southern Oregon. We are so lucky to live here. This week, we're going to have to talk about summer prices. It's flat, it's slow, it feels like we're running through mud or molasses or something like that. But we're selling a surprisingly high number of houses in Southern Oregon right now. But I do want to show you the the price statistics that just came out from SOMLS, our Southern Oregon MLS. They have great graphs and data on their website. You can go check this out for yourself. But what I'm going to tell you is that the prices are not going up very fast, if at all. And so that's a double-edged sword. And we're going to have three suggestions for sellers and three suggestions for buyers. And I think you'll have some surprises in here. It's not all going to be what you expect. So first of all, let's talk about where we're at here in Southern Oregon. We just finished the 4th of July holiday, the 250th birthday of our nation. Great fun. And now it's back to business. Everybody wants to come out and look at houses again. We have a surge of fresh buyers, which is great, but the prices are a little bit crunchy. So, for example, in the new construction world, Jackson County new construction prices year over year only went up 2.8%. That's surprisingly low, especially for new construction. Now, that's Jackson County, July to July, July 2025 to July 2026. Josephine County new construction actually went up 8.2%. So 8.2% new construction in Josephine County, 2.8% in Jackson County. It's 2.8 and 8.2. It's just kind of worked out that way. But anyway, new construction usually goes up faster than a lot of other kinds of properties. But in Jackson County, 2.8, that's kind of anemic. So the overall Jackson County market, the existing home sales went up 3.7%. That's not very much, right? Josephine County didn't go up at all. The existing home sales prices are neutral, so about the same as last year. And then our rural properties, which is what Southern Oregon is known for, besides the friendly, nice people that give you your space. Perfect combo. Southern Oregonians are perfectly even. But the rural properties in Jackson County did not change at all year over year. So the average, well, not the average, the median price is $630,000 in Jackson County, and that didn't change from year to year, and it usually does. And then Josephine County rural home prices went up 4.9%. So the median price in Josephine County for rural property is $540,000. So those are still, pretty good sized numbers for us locals. I know people from Dallas and New York, they don't think that's a lot of money at all. But anyway, the point is that the prices are not going up very much. And if they are, they're in either specific parts of the housing market, like rural property, or some of the newer subdivisions. Stonegate, for example, had a pretty good price increase year to year, but still, it's what I say. It's still on the anemic side. So that's kind of the environment we're in. It's what we've all been feeling. So here I am to show you and tell you you're not making it up. That's actually how it is. So, but this is also good for our market to have some stability and not have the crazy up and down all the time. So this is sustainable. It's actually healthy. But here's what you have to do to get used to it. So sellers, I'm going to talk to you first. Plug your nose and sell your house and just get on with the next part of your life. plug your nose and just do it. Okay. That's the number one suggestion. The second suggestion is if you can't plug your nose and do it, or your life is okay being put on hold, then you're going to have to plan on 3 to 5 years. I really think it's going to be that long. If you really don't want to sell in this market, I think the inflation forces have been dragged back enough by the government, whether you're in favor or not in favor, it's what's happening. So let's deal with it. It's going to be years. We're going to have years of stability or very slow growth in the housing market. And it's not just the purchase market, it's in the rentals too. So check out our home nest property management, because we're going to talk about how the rents aren't going up either. But anyway, back to sellers. Plan 3 to 5 years, wait for the next cycle. So thirdly, sellers, in addition to money, that waiting period is going to cost you something, because you're not going to be getting on with your life. You're not going to be with, the grandbabies or downsizing and traveling or whatever your next step was. Waiting costs you more than just the money or getting the money. There's going to be other sacrifices. You get what I mean. So 3 things sellers need to consider: either just getting it done and getting on with your life, or waiting 3 to 5 years, but plan for that. And also considering what else you're giving up to stay wherever you're at for the next 3 to 5 years. So those are the seller suggestions. Buyers, what are we going to do with you buyers? We don't have enough of you. So we want more. But you have a steady and predictable market. So please come and enjoy. It is not always the case in Southern Oregon that we have a steady, predictable market. But many of you, and I'm out there with you, so I see this firsthand, you're very lollygaggy. And I just want to say that even though prices are only up 3 to 4%, if even that, that all adds up year after year. So it won't be too many years, like 2, maybe 3, that's going to be some real money. So please do enjoy having the calm and the time, but don't act like you have all the time in the world, because you don't. You're still in Southern Oregon. This is still an ideal location. We have lots and lots of pressure on our housing. So yes, the prices will creep up. You want to make sure, especially if you're local, you want to make sure you can get the house you want, and then you can enjoy that 3 and 4% gradual increase over time in your wallet. Lastly, I want to remind you that Southern Oregon is still a great investment. Your appreciation won't look like any great shakes for a while, but it always goes up. It always goes up. Markets always change. So you just need to know where you are in the cycle. You need to understand what your housing needs are and what your budget is. Stick with it. But this is a nice, quiet, easy time for buyers. The sellers, a little bit of nail biting, depending on what they think their house is worth versus what the market thinks it's worth. So, but right now, everybody has plenty of breathing room. So it's not a bad thing. Now, in the meantime, I want you to call me. I want you to text me. I want to be your agent. My number is 541-301-7980. That's 541-301-7980. Great listing agent, great buyer's agent, great with investments. I'm an investor myself. So do give me a call, give me a text, and let's talk about what you're going to do next in your real estate life. Also, like and subscribe to our channel. We have this one podcast that we do frequently. We also have Market Statistics podcast, which is a deep dive into all 3 Southern Oregon counties. Lots and lots of surprises there this week, so check that out. And also the Home Nest Property Management podcast. But either way, give me a call, give me a text, and let's talk about what we're going to do for you. In the meantime, have a beautiful Southern Oregon weekend. Talk to you later. Bye, folks.